Hey yo, what's up, guys? Purple friendly people. You can call me Chase or Sean. I don't care. Maybe Chase. I don't care. And surprise, ta-da! I don't know. The new series going along with Pokemon Glazed and the Soul Link. Don't worry, I'm not quitting those series. Is Katawa Shoujo. If you guys have been around for years at this point, they're all of my ups and downs and coming back to record and leaving again. You guys will remember Katawa Shoujo. Katawa Shoujo is this visual novel about this guy, forgot his name, about this guy who goes to a school for people with what was it? It's either like, I don't know the word for it. They're disabled in some way, like either mentally or physically disabled, from what I've understood. Right? Or was it just physically? Was ever okay? Any other way? This was like my first series. I think maybe Pokemon Yellow was my first series on this channel, but Katawa Shoujo has definitely been the longest running series on this channel thus far, and probably maybe still one of my favorite. It holds a special place in my heart, and we never got to finish it for reasons unknown. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can remember. I think it was I made it all the way to part 18, and then I stopped because I got a new laptop. I was gonna play it again, whatever. I pressed load. I still have the game, but I just didn't know where I was, so I'm just gonna restart the whole series. So yes, welcome to the reboot of Katawa Shoujo. Yeah. So I have this guide thing. It's only just so I make sure that I'm not going to get one of the stupid endings, because apparently there's an ending where you and this other guy, who, if you ever watched the series, I'm not going to try to spoil anything, but apparently there's this ending that it's just a whack ending. It's like a lot of build up for a whack ending. So I just have this little guy. It's not spoiler, like they just tell me what you should pick to make sure that you go down the right path. So yeah, I'm gonna use it to make sure I'm on that path. Yeah, so is there anything else? I'll be doing voices for the characters, and yeah, this is probably gonna be the first episode is gonna be 30 to 45 minutes most likely, because I want to get as far as I can before, because I don't want to do like another 18 parts just to get where I was. But anyway, let's get this game started. I'm excited. I missed the game. So yes, let's start. Man, guys, I'm kind of hungry. I kind of wish I ate before I did this video. Oh, my light is dying. Maybe I should just turn it off. Here, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I don't think the light was really helping anyway. Okay. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The Decitus trees. Ooh, I'm going right back to not being able to read, just like old times. The weather trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. Now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 o'clock p.m. Ah yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently fall from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hi, so you came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. You know, it'll be interesting to look at this video and like my old videos, because I watched a little bit of my old videos like before I decided to record this. It's kind of hard to understand what I was saying. To be fair, I will not go. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it! I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I get a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy joy smile that makes me so tense. I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. Uh-oh. My heart is pounding now, as if I were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. What? Yo, man, they're really trying to test my vocabulary. The cacophonous noises music to my ears. Owanako flitches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine as she lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you could go out with me. I stand there motionless, safe for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Haisa? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Haiso? I'm back at the same problem. I don't know how to pronounce these names. Okay, this time I'm actually going to do research how to say their names after this video. My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Haiso! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, a Wonko running towards me, all these fade to black. The last things I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Owanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Welcome to Katawa Shoujo! Oh wait, shit, sorry. Yo, Mike and Nell did this? Yo, okay, sorry. I was gonna be quiet, but Mike and Nell is one of my favorite artists. Like real talk. If I were to ever make a cartoon, I would want him to do my art. I'm dead serious. Sorry. Okay, I'm back to being quiet. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I could probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time where you're left alone with your thoughts. So I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Let's look that up. What is that? They're probably going to tell us. So I'm wasting time. Sorry, guys. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. He said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess that, yeah, I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. Didn't really do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had two hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Wanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited, anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on the snowy day ever again. The hospital is not really a place I like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. Think of it as some kind of an omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point, I start watching TV. I don't know why I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism from my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands, but I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, other things that surround me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Man, I don't remember how... This is pretty well written. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, and then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, how are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. You are stronger now. With this precautions, you should be fine. We have your medication. It's ordered out. I'll give you further prescription. I don't know what I'm doing. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Ooh-wee. The Jeebus. Okay. An absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in the sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and sorry, the black on black was confusing me a bit. And dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that this is the best we could do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I spoke with your parents and we believe that would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Haiso. Listen to what the doctor... Oh, wait. Yeah, Dad. Please calm down. I'm giving all faceless people the same voice. I don't care. Please calm down, Haiso. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not till we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I spoke to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy. Yamaku Academy, yep. That specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What am I... It has a 24-hour nursing staff. It is only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'll like it. Looks like I don't really have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day. This is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Well, you should probably be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you want to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. Just the same voice over and over. Your father's right. Many of the graduates of that school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues at another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now is futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school with something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to think of that. At the very least, I try to see what my new life will look like. Whoo-wee. Man, that was a lot of reading. I was about to check how long we've been recording, but I can't when Act 1. Life expectancy. No, I feel like in the 18 parts, I never made it past Act 1. I'm pretty sure. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we're back. So we've been recording for 20 minutes so far. Still got another 20 minutes to go. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster is similar to a hole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school would look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward always feels good. So I look towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with its brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. That was a weird pause. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told that this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. Makes me wish that there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hummed with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Man, I feel like I'm smiling. Am I smiling a lot? Like my mouth, my cheeks are like hurting. Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to return back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. My boy, I forgot what your name was, but I remember you. You must be Nikki? Nakai. I don't know how to say my own name. So you are excellent. I'm your homeroom science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that's neither formal nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? So once again, I'm looking at the I looked at the walkthrough because I'm pretty sure the first time I was like, why? Yeah, okay. I think I kind of need the walkthrough. I want to make sure like I'm not doing this whole series just to get like some stupid. Okay, there's this character. I'm probably gonna react really awesomely when I see him because I kind of miss him. He's my favorite. But I hear that there's an ending where I don't know how to explain it. It's the ending that I think I was going to the first time I was playing this game, so I'm trying to make sure we're not getting that. That's why I'm looking at the walkthrough for now. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Yes, of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. I already forgot his voice. My heart is pounding in my chest and keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Gee-biz. Okay. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but this isn't any part to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. Oh yeah, let's look at them. I recognize 2, I think. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's a lot of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking. Come on, you were right. I stopped walking in front of the classroom and faced the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? They're probably like me, I have nothing wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. One of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. I'm looking around. I don't see any. I don't know what they're talking about. My girls! I miss you. You guys don't know who I'm talking about. Sorry. My girls. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone is talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone's looking at me, a girl with really long, straight hair. This is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me look back at her, she covers her face with her hand as will make her invisible. There's one boy sitting with a crane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Man, why you guys just explain to people on the other side of the screen where you moved? Another girl seemed to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me with over the rim of her glasses, and then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cherry-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. Sorry. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please, welcome your new classmate. He claps his hands and so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it behind thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Sorry. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So I'm Haisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. Ellipses. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feel like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so I'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. She could explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seemed to catch my helpless expression. Oh right, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Oh, and as he calls out her name, the cute bubbly looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Okay. Sorry about Shizune's voice. Ah! What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you, too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. She-chan. Oh, I haven't done that voice in a while. I didn't notice this the first time. I like how it crosses out her name. He puts Misha. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully kneaded brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses, balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. Dots. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. I know sign language. I need to work on it some more. I used to be really good at it. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" I can say you're a little confused, right? Right? But understand. Oh man, I miss you, Misha. But understand why you would think it was She-chan, our She-chan. She-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm the interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Dots. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, She-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We know there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? Yup! It fits, doesn't it? Did I say out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits! Just like I imagined. Dots. Yeah, you look just like a He-chan. I wonder why everyone seems... Oh, I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Dots. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly. Their hands are blurred. Misha seems a bit overwhelmed. Sorry about that. She-chan wants to know that she's the... Oh, gosh. It's hard to, like, read and do that voice at the same time. Okay. She-chan wants to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Dots. Do you like this school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today. Dots. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Anyways, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, She-chan? About where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that. I just didn't care enough to do so. Oh man, I need some water for these. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it acidly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and we should sign something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Dots. You're taking the wrong way, please. Please. Come on. Please. I don't want people. I'm kidding. I don't want people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things. By asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal. As much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. I forgot. I knew. So in my head, I was like, wasn't her laugh WAHAHAHA? Or am I just making that up inside my head? I knew it. WAHAHAHA was her laugh. Alright. Dots. And another thing. You don't have to call She-chan something so formal like Hakamichi, our class rep, all the time. Just call it She-chan. Dots. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shuzun could be more appropriate. does. Why did the music just shut off? I think I usually play this game with the audio off, so I feel like I missed a lot. Yup. Shizune is fine. Okay. That would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start working now. Shizune won't get mad. The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. That's two. I was just thought it was said that's true, so it's like that's two. Just, I don't know. She usually glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. Dots. After class, we could take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today. Okay. I can't do her little. See, back then I could like do this thing where it's like it would just go up and down really fast. I can't do that anymore. It was like, okay. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. The assignment is actually very challenging to get through. Or maybe I can. I just don't notice it. To get through, combining the aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like, oh man, I remember the cafeteria. Just like everything in this school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. But Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great, until I realized that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I picked up that random follow shoes into a table sitting opposite of her. I think I kind of forgot how much of an asshole the main character is. Like, I don't know. He's like a good combination of like asshole while also being likable, you know? Like not Iron Man style, but more like he's an asshole because he's just very ignorant. But like you could tell later on, at least later on in the story, that he's trying. At least that's what I'm getting from it. I pick something random and follow she's into a table sit opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food, I'd rather not eat. Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and point to Shizune. I don't understand sound, so the point escapes me. Maybe look at a person who talks to you as proper and polite. You want me to show you something? What? About anything. We're your guys, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Where's my mouse? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I just want to make sure. She intrigues me. I kind of want to ask something about her. I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? Can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune stand back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. Oopsies. I quickly notice the conversation is signed is not enough to fill the silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. The dark-haired girl I noticed before slumped over the desk at the last row. She's so cute. I forgot her name. It's Hanako. Hanako, right? Hanako? Spoiler alert. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shirks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she was slowly turning into stone just from her presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind at all, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I love wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally the teacher. Getting to the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that makes me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. And I think we're going to end there. So that was 40 minutes, 41 minutes, whatever. I don't know how much I'm going to edit. 40 minutes of power. But yes, I'm excited for the series to be back. I can't wait to see how this, because this time I'm really planning on just like finishing the game. That's the plan. Yeah, if you guys like this video, need the channel, hit that like button and subscribe to join the Senno Squad today, or just just stick around for visual novels. I'm also thinking about bringing back Nekopara. If you guys know what that game is. That game is ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. This is Purple Friendly, but you can call me Chase or Sean. I don't care. Signing off. Peace.